Hello everyone, welcome to my next video lecture series. In this video we are going to learn about design of transformer, the output equation and main dimension of transformer. I am Professor Pankaj Sharma from Sagar Institute of Science, Technology and Engineering from Department of Electrical Engineering. As I told you earlier, in this video lecture we are going to learn about output equations and main dimensions from the chapter Design of Transformers. The first one is, which is very basic, single phase core type transformer, and after that we'll learn three phase core type transformer. In this diagram you can see the constructional details of transformer. The first diagram you can see is the single phase core type transformer. The arrowhead gives you the position of windings. The windings will be done on this vertical limb. Now come to the second figure. You can see the central leg, which is from the single phase shell type transformer. In this type of core, when winding is done on central leg, it will become a single phase shell type transformer. The next diagram is three phase, three leg or limb core type transformer. You can see I have given nomenclature, same nomenclature on the vertical limb A and A. That shows the vertical three limbs are identical and symmetrical. The second diagram is 5-limb 3-phase core type transformer. As the size of the transformer increases, transportation difficulties arises because of rail or road gauges. To reduce the height of the transformer, generally a 5-limb core is used. You can see in this diagram three phases R, Y, B. The next diagram you can see this is of three phase shell type transformer. Now let us go for winding arrangement. How winding will be arranged? The first one is, you can see LV to HV and HV to LV from primary to secondary. The second one diagram will gives you more clear idea of packing the material. The third one is the LV winding is kept near to the core. After the LV winding is done, it is HV winding. In between LV winding and HV winding there is insulation. Unless otherwise specified, low voltage winding is always placed next to the core and high voltage winding over the low voltage winding in order to reduce the quantity of insulation used. Avoid the possibility of breakdown of the space between the core and high voltage coil. In case high voltage coil is provided next to the core and to control the leakage reactance. However, in case of transformers where the voltage rating is less, LV and HV windings can be arranged in any manner. That's why we have three kind of winding arrangement, but practically specified winding arrangement is your third one, in which LV winding is practically and intentionally, as far as your maintenance in future is concerned, it is kept near to the core. LV winding is kept near to the core because it is subjected to the lesser voltage as compared to HV winding, which is in turn subjected to high voltage stress. Now let us go for the specification. Output is your kVA, voltage V1, V2 with or without tape changers and tapings, frequency F Hz, number of phases, obviously it would be single phases or three phases, it will be specified where it is necessary, rating, continuous or short time, cooling, it will be of natural or forced cooling, type, core type or shell type, power type or distribution type of transformer. Type of winding connection in case of three phase transformers: star star, star delta, delta delta, delta star connection with or without grounded neutral. This is very important, whether it is a star star, star delta or so on, with or without grounded neutral. The next one is efficiency per unit impedance, location, that is whether it is indoor, pole or platform mounted, etc. Temperature rises, humidity, etc. Now the size of the transformer. As the iron of the leg AI and the window area AW is equal to height of the window HW into height of the window WW increases, the size of the transformer also increases. The size of the transformer increases as the output of the transformer increases. You should note this point very clearly and understand, as it is also given in the diagram, the size of the transformer increases as the output of the transformer increases. That means if you want to tap or have more output from a transformer, you will need more sized transformer. It means higher is the requirement of output from the transformer, higher will be the size of the transformer required. Note, the nomenclature given is V1 is equal to applied primary voltage, V2 is your secondary terminal voltage, E1, E2 is your EMF induced in the primary and secondary windings per phase in case of three phase. Now let us go back to the diagram of previous page. You can see this core of the transformer, and I have indicated AW and AI. What is AI? AI is your area of cross section of the iron core. You can see this. AW is your area of the window. Window means what? The space in between the core, which is actually a rectangular in shape, which is having a height which is represented by HW, height of window, and which is having length or width of the window, which is represented by WW. This nomenclature and these specifications are very important when we will deal with numericals. Now coming back to nomenclature, T1 and T2 is your number of primary and secondary turns per phase in case of three phase. I1, I2 is your primary and secondary currents per phase in case of 3 phase. A1, A2 is your cross sectional area of the primary and secondary winding conductors. Delta is your current density in the transformer conductor, assumed to be same for both LV winding and HV winding. Phi m is your maximum value of the flux in Weber, which is AIBM. Bm is your maximum value of the flux density, phi m upon AI. AI is equal to net iron area of the core or leg or limb, as we have seen this in the diagram, previous diagram. Iron or stacking factor is assumed 0.9 in most of the cases, whether it is given or not given. Wherever it is necessary to use a stacking factor or iron factor while having design and solving the various problem of design of transformer, will consider this 0.9 as your stacking factor. Ag is your gross area of the core. This is the famous transformation equation. Those who have studied basic electrical engineering or those who have studied first chapter of transformer, they must be knowing this. This is very important. This is very popular transformation equation from transformer, which is V1 upon V2 is equal to E1 upon E2 is equal to T1 upon T2 is equal to I2 upon I1. From this transformation equations or ratios, it is clear that V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2, or volt ampere input is equal to volt ampere output or kVA rating of both. In another word, P1 is equal to P2. The power of primary side is equal to power of the secondary side. Primary and secondary windings are same. It is clear that I1 T1 is equal to I2 T2, or primary MMF is equal to secondary MMF. Now what is MMF? As EMF is your E, which gives rise to, when the circuit is closed, gives rise to flow of current. Likewise, in your magnetic circuit, whenever there is MMF, which is considered a source and origin of or the cause of flow of flux, it will set up flux in the magnetic conducting path. It is clear that E1 upon T1 is equal to E2 upon T2, or volt per turn of both primary and secondary is same. Now let us go for the most important topic of this video, is your output equations. We'll start from single phase core type transformer. Rating of the transformer in kVA, which is known to every one of us, is given by V1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3, which can be written as E1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3, taking a reference from transformation ratios or equations, which can also be written as, put the value of E1 4.44 phi m F T1 into I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Call it equation number 1. Now let us see the position of winding. We have also discussed this concept initially. You can once again see the position of winding. LV winding is just near to the core, and after the LV winding is done, we have insulations, and then after HV winding. LV winding and HV winding arrangement is such because of maintenance point of view, because of insulation. Higher is the voltage level, greater will be demand of maintenance of insulations because of voltage stress. We all know this, becoming an electrical engineering. Kindly note, each leg carries half of the LV and HV turns. This is very important point. You should actually note this. Each leg carries half of the LV and HV turns. Now, area of copper in the window, that is ACU, is equal to A1 T1 plus A2 T2. What is A1? We have seen this. See in the diagram. And T1 is your turns ratio. That can be also written as I1 T1 upon delta plus I2 T2 by delta is equal to twice of I1 T1 upon delta, that is AW KW. Therefore, I1 T1 is equal to AW KW delta by 2. Call it equation number 2. After substituting 2 in equation number 1, KVA equation, KVA is equal to 4.44 AI BMF into AW KW delta upon 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3. That will become 2.22 F delta AI BM AW KW into 10 raised to power minus 3. Now, rating of transformer in KVA is equal to V1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3, which is also equal to E1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3, which is also equal to 4.44 5M FT1 into I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3. We have seen this actually. We have seen this. Now for single phase shell type transformer, since there are two windows, it is sufficient to design one of the two windows as both the windows are identical. In very accurate word, symmetrical. We have two windows, and two windows are actually identical and very clearly symmetrical to each other. So while designing, we can consider one window and replicate all designing parameter of that single window to the another window. Why? Because it is symmetrical. Since the low voltage and high voltage windings are placed on the central leg, each window accommodates T1 and T2 turns of both primary and secondary windings. This is very important point. You should actually understand this. Now, coming to calculate area of copper in the window. How much winding is required in the window? That is meant by area of copper. How much area or a space it will occupy? Area, two-dimensional. I'm not talking about the volume, area of copper in the window. Area of copper in the window, AW is equal to A1 T1 plus A2 T2, which is I1 T1 by delta plus I2 T2 by delta, twice of 2 I1 T2 by delta is equal to AW KW. Therefore, I1 T1 is equal to AW KW delta upon 2. That is equation number 2. The similar functions, after substituting 2 in 1, KVA becomes 4.44 AIBM F into AW KW delta upon 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Solve this, you will get 2.22 F delta AIBM AW KW into 10 raised to power minus 3. Now, for 3-phase core type transformer, again we are going to start from KVA, which is V1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 which is again equal to E1 I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3, which is equal to 3 into 4.44 phi m f T1 into I1 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Call it equation number 1 for the section 3-phase core type transformer. See this diagram. The three vertical limbs R, Y, B. Just see the position and the location and the arrangement of low voltage winding at each of the core, at each of the leg or that vertical limb. Low voltage winding is done just after the leg. After it there is insulation, after it there is high voltage winding. For the same purpose we have discussed earlier in this video. Kindly note, since there are two windows in between R and Y and in between Y and B, there is two windows, and these two windows are actually very much identical, or to be very precise, it is symmetrical. It is sufficient to design one of the two windows as both the windows are symmetrical. Since each leg carries the low voltage and high voltage windings of one phase, each window or one window carries LV and HV windings of two phases. Since each window carries the windings of two phases, area of copper in the window, say due to R and Y phases. So let us come to calculate or understand the area of copper is equal to A1 T1 plus A2 T2 plus A1 T1 plus A2 T2. Why we have written this equation? We have just discussed in the previous page. Open the brackets, do the necessary algebra, you will get twice of, under a similar bracket, A1 T1 plus A2 T2 is equal to twice of I1 T1 upon delta plus I2 T2 upon delta. Kindly follow the rules of algebra and solve this. Twice of I1 T1 upon delta is equal to AW KW, which is your AW and KW. Therefore, I1 T1 is equal to AW KW into delta upon 4, which is again in this section equation number 2. Now do the same process which we are doing. Call it equation number 2. After substituting 2 in 1, the kV will become kV is equal to thrice of 4.44 AIBM F into AW KW delta into 10 to the power minus 3 on 2 is equal to 3.33 F delta AIBM AW KW into 10 to the power minus 3. Now coming to 3-phase shell type transformer. The rating of transformer in kVA, we are again starting from kV rating. The rating of transformer in kVA is equal to 3 V1 I1 into 10 to the power minus 3, that is 3 E1 I1 into 10 to the power minus 3, which is 3 into 4.44 phi m F T1 into I1 into 10 to the power minus 3. Call it equation number 1. Kindly note, since there are 6 windows, have you noticed 6 windows? See this. Both sides of R and both sides of Y and both sides of B. There are 6 windows. It is sufficient to design one of the 6 windows as all the windows are very much identical and, to be very precise, symmetrical. Since each central leg carries the LV and HV windings of one phase, each window carries windings of only one phase. This should be very much clear that since each central leg carries the LV and HV windings of one phase, each window carries windings of only one phase. since each windows carries LV and HV windings of only one phase. So area of copper in the window AW is equal to A1 T1 plus A2 T2 is equal to I1 T1 by delta plus I2 T2 by delta, which is twice of I1 T1 by delta, which is again equal to AW KW. Therefore I1 T1 is equal to AW KW upon delta upon 2. Again call it equation number 2. Do the same process, substitute second equation into one equation. You will get QV is equal to into 4.44 AIBMF into AW KW delta into 10 to the power minus 3 upon 2. Do the necessary simplification. You will get KV is equal to 6.66 F delta AI BM AW KW into 10 to the power minus 3 as written on the current page. You can see this was all about the design specifications and design of transformer, including main dimensions of transformer. Now we are coming to the numerical problem of transformer. The problems on transformer including main dimensions and windings. See, this question is: determine the main dimensions of the core and window for a 500 kVA 6600/400 volt 50 Hz single phase core type oil immersed self cooled transformer. Assume flux density is equal to 1.2 Tesla, current density is equal to 2.75 ampere per mm square, window space factor is equal to 0.32, volt per turn is equal to 16.8. Type of core is your cruciform, height of the window is equal to 3 times window width. Also calculate the number of turns and cross sectional area of the conductors used for the primary and secondary windings. This is the complete questions, numerical questions coming from the concept of design of transformer, including main dimensions and windings. Whenever I deal numerical, I always used to say my student, please read numerical at least 2 times or 3 times. That will make you very much clear that what has been given to you, what has been asked to you, and what is the bridge point between given and unknown point. So let us start the solution, which I have already solved for you. Since volt per turn it is given to you or known to you 4.44 phi m F, main or mutual flux if phi m is equal to ET upon 4.44 F. Put the value, do the simplification, you will get phi m is equal to 0.076 Weber. Now net iron area of the leg or limb AI is equal to phi m upon Bm. Put the value 0.076 upon 1.2, which is 0.0633 meter square. Now the next statement is from the theory class. Since for a cruciform core AI is given as 0.56 d square. Since for a cruciform core, what is meant by cruciform core? This word is from cruce, means cross. There will be bigger circle. In the bigger circle there will be 2 circumscribed rectangle. One will be vertically inscribed, one will be horizontally inscribed. It will be very much clear. I have given that diagram in the next page. Diameter of the circumscribing circle D is equal to, from the previous one, D is equal to root under AI upon 0.56. Put the value is equal to root under 0.0633 upon 0.56 is equal to 0.34 m meter. Width of the largest stamping A is equal to 0.85 D. Put the value of D, calculate, you will get 0.29 meter. Width of the transformer is equal to A is equal to 0.29 meter. Width of the smallest stamping B is equal to 0.53 D is equal to 0.53 into 0.34 into 0.18 meter. Height of the yoke HY is equal to 1.0 to 1.5 A. Now coming to kVA is equal to 2.22 F delta AI BM AW KW into 10 to the power minus 3. Put the values given to you. You will get AW is equal to 0.067 meter square. Since HW is equal to 3 times of WW, as AW is equal to HW, WW is equal to 3 W square is equal to 0.067. Therefore, width of the window WW is equal to root under 0.067 upon 3 is equal to 0.15 meter. And height of the window SW is equal to 3 into 0.15, which is equal to 0.45 meter. See the details of the core from the solution, and this is the second diagram is a cruciform core, leg and yoke section with the assumptions yoke is also of cruciform type. All dimensions given in centimeter. Overall length of the transformer, which is given by WW plus D plus A is equal to 0.15, 0.34, 0.29. All are added. The result is 0.78 meter. Overall height of the transformer HW plus twice of HY or 2A is equal to 0.45 plus 2 into 0.29 is equal to 1.03 meter. Width or depth of the transformer is equal to A is equal to 0.29 meter. Number of primary turns T1 is equal to V1 upon E1. Put the value 6600 upon 16.8, which is approximately coming 393. The next one is number of secondary turns T2 is equal to V2 upon E2, that is 400 upon 16.8, approximately coming 24. Why it is approximately? T1 is approximately 393 and T2 is approximately 24. As the number of windings cannot be fractional, it has to be integral. It cannot be, let us say 23.8, it has to be 24 or 25. Fractional windings is not possible. Primary current I1 is equal to kVA into 10 to the power 3 upon V1. Put the value 500 into 10 to the power 3 upon 6600, which is 75.75 ampere. Cross sectional area of the primary winding conductor A1 is equal to I1 upon delta. Put the value 75.75 upon 2.75 is equal to 27.55 mm square. Secondary current I2 is equal to kVA into 10 to the power 3 upon V2 is equal to 500 into 10 to the power 3 upon 400 is equal to 1250 ampere. Now the cross sectional area of the secondary winding conductor A2 is equal to I2 upon delta. Put the value 1250 upon 2.75, which is 454.5 mm square. Now that is all about this video lecture. Thank you so much.